everybody. Today we're with our good friend Mrs. Reynolds.
Hi, Mrs. Reynolds. Joanne Reynolds.
So today we're actually going to have a really cool perspective on what teachers think, as Ms. Reynolds is, about inclusion in the education system. Many disabled students are separated from their peers in classrooms. What do you think that disabled students can offer to the diversity in classrooms?
I think that it teaches kids a sense of empathy and to be able to see what different students are capable of and not capable of, and to have them in their lives every day is important. I think it helps every student become a kinder and more sensitive and more enlightened human.
People think that disability is something that people should pity on, but instead they should acknowledge that it's just another part of society, diversity and identity. The matter of inclusion help change that perception?
Well, I think when you have people, especially physically disabled people who are in your classroom, doing kind of work that a person without disabilities is doing, then obviously that's going to show that there are limits that every student has, and that every student is capable of overcoming whatever they face in terms of disabilities.
Yes, I agree. Okay, so what are frequent accommodations that you're familiar with students that have been asking you?
Well, lots of students have accommodations that are mandated on their independent educational program. So I would say the most common accommodations are extended time, have use of computers, word processors. We have repeating directions and having people move to the front of the class, like making sure that people get the preferred seating. We have, with students in high school, a lot of times have situations of stress, high stress, and a lot of times we'll be asked to try to taper down on the workload and give them only the essential things that they need to do to succeed in the class. The more that I know as a teacher about the student, I know that there are privacy issues, but the more I learn about the student and the more I interact with the student and the student's counselors, the more I can see their requests as reasonable, and I can see their needs, what they are, and have more understanding of why they have difficulties and try to help them work with those difficulties.
How do you think education needs to change to accommodate these people? There's a lot of people that have invisible disabilities that they're not diagnosed with. So how do you think that education can change that? I
think a lot of times, when I see students who are struggling and they, for whatever reasons, they have not been able to have those those needs diagnosed, that you start to see, well, let's talk to this person and see that, because sometimes that diagnosis period is very drawn out and very involved, and not every student has an advocate or a parent who knows how to go through this process. And I'm not talking about people with severe physical disabilities, because hopefully they're getting the accommodations they need. But the hidden ones are the ones where you feel like you've got to be you've just got to be overall sensitive. And I think that with so much of our educational system where we are integrating students in mainstreaming, that we are becoming more sensitive to the fact that there are very few students who don't deal with some kind of disability. Students in general at this point in school, in history, in this day and age, there are students who are just being overwhelmed with work and overwhelmed with stress. And I'm hoping that that will change, and the pendulum will swing, and people won't be expected to be on this, the wheel that animals go on.
Oh,
yeah, that kind of wheel.
Out of curiosity, like when you were in high school and when you were still in school, do you think that you were educated enough or informed enough about? Yeah, and I think that's still an issue today. I think it is very necessary that in health classes, at least, health is the most. I think it fits properly to learn about disabilities in health class, and we usually learn about ADHD and bipolar disorder, but we have no idea what disability rights are, and now we're learning about African American rights and now LGBT and stuff, and it's just crazy to think that disability rights and issues are not even covered in school systems.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's necessary to add disabilities as a topic in curriculums, like in school curriculums?
That would be probably very helpful to do that. I know when I was in elementary school. I don't even know what kinds of disability programs were going on in my high school. I really am not aware of anything, but I know in my elementary school that people with disabilities were in a separate section of the building, and we would see them sometimes as they would go to lunch, and they were completely not in our world. And growing up with that understanding was I just, with everything, you see the times right now just leaps and bounds of progress. My father had mental illness, and so at least I was exposed to that. It was always a part of our family life, but we didn't tell anyone, so it certainly was a family secret to have mental illness. And now things, everything is becoming much more open, and people are sharing and being kinder.
What should the hashtag of the week be?
So that should be like hashtag mercy.
Hashtag mercy, okay? Hashtag mercy. So comment, like, share this video, and we hope to get back to you. Bye!